Hey, welcome to this week's Chamber Chatter. Real Estate Retrievers is this week's featured sponsor. Check out the wide range of listings, and if you're looking to sell, give them a call today. Jane Weldon is here. She's the face of the chamber, has been for years, and temporarily now.
The boss again.
Yeah, okay, very good. And we're going to talk about all things summer events leading up to this, which is going to be a change.
It is.
And or for the year. And why don't you start us off with Buffalo Days, I believe.
I think that's a great way to start.
Okay.
So my key word in looking at everything we're going to do this year is adaptability.
Okay.
You know, we still want to have great events, but everybody, I know they'll understand that we can't do things the way that we've always done. Just
this
because
year, anyway.
This year, because of the detour down Main Street, certainly our traffic is increasing. I mean, if you've been yesterday, it's been amazing.
Yeah.
People are just like, oh my gosh, you might have to stay an extra 30 seconds at a stop sign before you can cross the street. But so for our events, we've had to pivot from our traditional Main Street locations to other locations on a temporary basis for this year. So the chamber board and our various committees have been working really for about a year and a half or 2 years trying to look at all the alternatives. And so we made some difficult decisions. It's not going to be popular with everybody, but we feel it's the safest thing with everybody. And we've met with the city of Laverne, and we've talked to other leaders in the community, and we think it's going to be a good plan. So for Buffalo Days, for example, we kick off the weekend with the Tour de Loop, and the Tour de Loop is on the Thursday night, the 4th of June. We always want to start it at the trailhead because that's such an awesome place. But because of the traffic on Blue Mound Avenue, we don't have a really clear crossing for people on bikes and especially children. So we've made the decision that the Tour de Loop this year is going to start at the park, and then we're going to do a south route because we can go south to down and cross between Quick Trip and Security because there's flashing lights there, it's safe. Take the loop north, go up to the school, and then we're going to turn everybody around and come back the same way. Just because crossing at 131st Street without a flashing light is going to be 131st and Blue Mound would be too dangerous. So that's going to be the Tour de Loop. We're still going to have John Barry with the bike repair guy. He's going to be here Thursday, which is good. He'll repair bikes. He's going to be at the trailhead, and then we're just going to change it up this year, so it's going to be a little bit different. And then Friday is our cruise in, and that was probably about the biggest challenge. We looked at lots of locations in Laverne where we could have it, and finally everybody was in agreement, our leadership committees, that we're going to have it this year only at Papik Motors.
Okay.
So they've been gracious enough to agree to do that. They're going to move their vehicles off the their lots, so we'll have plenty of space. We'll be able to control cars access, and we feel that we can get people in and out of there because that part of Highway 75 is open very safely, and we have alternate routes into town. So we're going to do that, and then Buffalo Days, our parade, that's going to be kind of interesting.
Okay.
So if people are looking, if anybody wants to help, we're looking for all sorts of volunteers because we feel that we're going to need a lot of volunteers to help line up the parade. So the parade is going to be in the industrial park this year.
Oh, interesting.
Yes,
Cool.
it'll be a little switch on things. So we're actually lining up, all the parade units are going to be lined up on South Walnut, north of north of Kane Avenue. So where you see Schwartz Farm Building and Kemp Electric. The businesses out there have been great to work with. They've agreed to let us use their parking lots to line up vehicles that Saturday. So we're going to line up, and then about the corner where you turn and go by Mertz, and the gas station, that's going to be the start of the parade route. It's going to go down by Blue Mound Ice Arena, and then it's going to go east until we get to Big Top parking lot. Now you ask why Big Top parking lot. So the parade is going to end there because of the traffic on Highway 75. We had to make the decision that only that parade units that want to exit and go south can go to Highway 75 and exit. Parade units that want to go north have to go through Big Top's parking lot. So it's been very complicated to sort of figure out, but but it's going to work where the businesses have been very cooperative in letting, people will be able to find a few parking spaces there with the ice arena and everything.
So where do they want to sit to watch the parade?
So any place on Gabrielson Drive.
Okay.
So I would say probably the better places to start is after the curve, where it straightens out, sort of on the south side of the ice arena is a better place because, we're going to have we certainly are looking forward to having the sprint cars and that sort of thing. They aren't going to be able to do their sprint maneuvers on the curves. So, come to that part. So that'll work out pretty well. And so we're happy about that. The expo's going to be where it is, and then we're going to have Wolfstock and Tales from the Grave. That's going to be normal. Okay. So the rest of it will be pretty normal.
Back to the cruise-in for a little bit at Papix. That's on the Friday night then?
That's Friday night.
Like it always is?
It always is. We changed the hours a little bit. It's going to end a little bit earlier. Okay. One of the big contributing factors to deciding where it is good lighting. And so, really. Because you want everybody to be safe. And the other thing is we have so many people that were concerned about mobility issues too. They really that's why they liked it downtown, is because it's hard surface, nice, easy to walk. And so that's why the parking lot, we did look at other options like
There'll be a band down there?
Yeah, the band. Okay, yep, we're going to have Neo Johnson. Almost Iowa down there.
Okay.
I don't even know. Like I said, I got too many things in my mind.
You got a busy summer. Okay, so, and then as you get closer to the event, there'll be more details.
Oh, yeah, we'll have all the details out there. The poster's in production now.
And everything like that. Okay.
Yeah, well, I don't know how we're explaining that, but.
So, and then after Buffalo Days, we get close to Hot Dog Night.
That's a big one. So, and that's been a big discussion on the chamber board. The chamber board's actually talked about that for about 2.5 years, trying to decide what the best options are. Take everybody to another location and have everybody together or whatever. I think what we've come up with is we're going to do little hot dog night pods because just because of the traffic on Main Street and so many little kids that night, the businesses are going to be asked not to serve hot dogs in front of their business if they're on Main Street, just because you don't know if a kid's going to run out in front of a car or something like that. So we're going to try to close some of the side streets and maybe the back parking lots so the businesses can sort of group there, but they'll still be close to their business. They just won't be in front of their business. Okay. So, for example, it looks like we're going to have the Wiener Dog events are going to be in the city parking lots behind, on the block behind Midwest Bank and the Palace, those city parking lots, and we'll probably close that street and maybe have the inflatables someplace else. Okay. But we just want everybody to really have a good, safe time, and we don't want people to have to walk a whole lot of places, but have things sorted together and make sure that
they'll find their hot dogs.
They will, and of course our businesses on 75 and that have big parking lots, they're going to be at their normal locations. So if you have your favorite place to go, make sure you go out there and enjoy it. Yeah. So
will the dairy people be down there serving?
Yes, I haven't talked to them yet, but I'm sure they will, and we'll work with the generator and stuff, so we'll have power for them. So you can't miss the Dairy Association's ice cream.
Okay, so that's great. So then that gets us to July then?
Well, so really it's the fair in July, and the fair, everything is going to be down toward the fairgrounds, so that's going to go as normal. It's going to be interesting because after the fair, of course, the highway department is starting the construction on Main Street at 75 in Main, so that corner is going to be closed. So we'll all be going, on Hadding and up Freeman, so that'll be a very busy street. So No, our next big event that's really been, something to think about is the Tri-State Band
Oh,
Festival.
certainly, yes.
That is, so this is going to be our 75th.
And that's in September.
It's the 26th of September, and so we are actually the parade and the field show will all be up at the school.
Okay.
The Tri-State Committee's been working on this ever since we knew this highway project was going to happen, and we have made so many trips around town trying to find routes, but to be able with all the buses, that day in town there's between 2,000 and 2,500 kids. They're all the buses, all the support vehicles that happen with them. So where do you park those and load the kids, have the public go and whatever, and we just can't figure out anything else. So we've had the judges that have been here for the head judge last year was with us and walked through all the scenarios and everything, and that's going to be the location. So if you come up and park at the school for the parade, you can stay for the field show.
Sure.
We're going to try to get some food trucks up there and, some in the morning when the music boosters don't have their booth open, and just try to have a festive atmosphere up there.
So in September, then, the school will be back in session.
Right.
So the 75 will be back to open in front of the school at that time? Because they're going to, in the sense of crossing over.
So it's required in the contract that they will.
Okay.
But there won't be any access from the north.
Right.
So it'll be Bark and Dodge.
Yep, okay.
We will be closing Dodge
Okay.
because that's going to be part of the parade route.
Okay.
Is where the bands line up. So that's another issue. So we're actually in discussions, how can we make this work for everybody? It's going to be, that's another event that if you love to volunteer, you make sure you call the chamber, because we would love to have people volunteer. We're going to need a lot of help just explaining to people different parking, and you can write all the instructions you want. You can print it. People, until they get there and see how confusing it is, they don't know.
How will they be able to identify the volunteers? Will they have like a yellow vest on?
We'll make sure that everybody's identified. So right now, the Tri-State Committee has red vests, so we're thinking that everybody will have a red vest, so you'll know what to do and everything. So it'll be exciting.
Well, and before the program started, we talked, and your word for the year is adaptability.
That is correct.
And so adaptability and adapting to different things, some people handle it better than others.
Well, and listen, at our age, that's a lot harder than it used to be.
I tell you what, adaptability in this case, so all these events are going to happen.
They are.
The easy way was to say cancel.
That was a consideration,
and
too.
we're not the cancel culture.
No, we want to go on. We have great community events. They bring everybody together. Everybody has fun. I mean, 99% of them are free and open to the public. You can't have better community events than that. So to get people out and participate is a really great thing. And I want people to think of adaptability too when you're thinking about downtown Laverne. This is an opportunity for our downtown businesses and our businesses on Highway 75 because they might have new traffic. But it's also going to be a challenge because some of us might find it a little more difficult to get places.
Right.
But now more than ever, our businesses need your support. So make sure you make plans to come and support those great downtown businesses and Highway 75 businesses, because we're a community, and if we want our community to really feel like a community, strong and healthy, we all have to be take part and put up with the good and the bad. And we might have a little bit of bad, but just think how Highway 75 is going to be when it's done. The only complaint I've heard about Highway 75 getting done is that some of the auto mechanic shops are worried about they might not have as much alignment business as they used to have.
Well, you talk about downtown businesses on Highway 75. Keep in mind the construction part of Highway 75 going north. Off the top of my head, I think of 3 businesses.
Yep.
Sunshine Gas and Godfather's Pizza.
Right.
Harquist Funeral Home and Dingman Funeral Home.
and computer clinic.
Yes, and thank you. And, you know, technically the laundry are across the street.
Yeah.
But keep those folks in mind as well, because it's going to be a challenge to get to them. You know, obviously, you know, the retail trade of the gas station and stuff, they need our support.
Oh,
and get there
absolutely,
any way
you know, and things at school. You think of all the activities at school, and, you know, we bring so many people, the school brings so many people to the community with all their activities. And to not have it people easily accessible, it's going to be a challenge. I'm thinking of, you know, the guys do a great day with the Buffalo Days. They do all those youth baseball tournaments and softball tournaments. I mean, they're going to have like 50 or 60 teams. Now, how confusing is that going to be for people to try to get through things? Because they're starting, my understanding is that they're going to close in front of the school, that part, you know, right after school's out.
Yep.
So, yeah, we're all working, it's going to be a team effort this year. So just, you know, if you meet somebody that's wandering around town, they don't know where to get to, just be Laverne nice and help them get where they're going to go.
All right, so let's all come to Laverne and enjoy the summer of 2026. Have a good time, and kudos to you and the Chamber gang.
And just all the committees. Every committee, every organization in town, every business in town is adapting. So everybody deserves a lot of
And
credit.
as if this isn't all enough, the celebration at the 225th
To a 50th.
to 250th anniversary and the home and business decorating contest.
Oh, yeah, we got that coming up too, so
Cool.
that'll be fun, yeah, and you can win prizes, and we just want the town, you know, if you have 6,000 extra, 6 to 8,000 extra cars going down Main Street and up residential corridors and, you know, seeing town in a different method, let's make a show. And,
do it.
you know, certainly applause to the all the people that are participating in that, so it's gonna
Very
be
good.
great.
Great issue of Chamber Chatter. Thanks,
Yeah,
Jane.
thank you, Rick.